Imagine waking up in a world where winter never truly leaves. The sun barely rises above the horizon. Temperatures fall far below freezing. Snow covers the land for months, and every mistake can mean death. For the Viking hunters who lived in Scandinavia over 1,000 years ago, this wasn't a nightmare, it was everyday life. While most people imagine Vikings as fierce warriors sailing across stormy seas, many spent their lives battling a different enemy, nature itself. The frozen forests of Norway, Sweden, and Iceland were unforgiving. Food was scarce, predators lurked in the darkness, blizzards could trap entire communities for weeks. Yet somehow, Viking hunters survived. Not only did they survive, they mastered one of the harshest environments on Earth. Today we're going to explore how these legendary hunters endured brutal winters, tracked dangerous animals, and built lives in a world where a single mistake could be fatal. Their methods may seem primitive by modern standards, but many survival experts still study them today. Because when the temperature drops below -40 degrees, technology can fail. Knowledge becomes everything. The first challenge was staying warm. Most modern people underestimate how deadly cold can be. In the Viking Age, there were no heated homes, electric blankets, or insulated jackets. Instead, Viking hunters relied on animal hides. Reindeer fur was especially valuable. Its hollow hairs trapped warm air, creating natural insulation far superior to many modern materials. Hunters often wore multiple layers, wool closest to the body, fur on the outside. This combination helped retain heat even when temperatures plunged to extreme levels. Their footwear was equally important. Boots were lined with fur and stuffed with dry grass, creating an additional layer of insulation. Keeping feet warm wasn't about comfort. It was about survival. A hunter with frozen feet could not travel, hunt, or escape danger. And in the frozen north, immobility often meant death. Finding food during winter was another challenge. Animals became harder to track. Many migrated south, others hid deep within forests. To succeed, Viking hunters learned to read the landscape. Every footprint told a story, a broken branch, fresh droppings, a disturbance in the snow. These small clues revealed where prey had traveled and how recently it had passed through an area. Elk, reindeer, wild boar, and even bears were hunted. Some hunts lasted days. Hunters would silently follow tracks across vast frozen landscapes, conserving energy and waiting for the perfect opportunity. Patience was often more important than strength. One successful hunt could feed a family for weeks. One failed hunt could mean hunger. The forests were not empty, they were filled with predators. Wolves hunted in packs, lynxes moved silently through the trees, and bears, especially before winter hibernation, could be extremely dangerous. A wounded bear was one of the most feared encounters imaginable. Unlike modern hunters equipped with firearms, Vikings relied on spears, bows, and axes. Every confrontation carried enormous risk. Many hunting parties worked together. Teamwork increased their chances of success and improved safety. Communication was often done through hand signals rather than voices. The forest carried sound, and both prey and predators were listening. Shelter was equally important. During long expeditions, hunters could not always return home. Instead, they built temporary shelters using wood, branches, animal hides, and snow. Some created simple lean-to structures. Others constructed insulated snow shelters capable of trapping body heat. Fire was essential. It provided warmth, light, and a way to cook food. But starting a fire during a blizzard was far from easy. Experienced hunters carried dry tinder protected from moisture. Without it, survival became much more difficult. At night, the darkness felt endless. The northern wilderness became a world of shadows, wind, and distant animal calls. Perhaps the most important survival tool was knowledge. Knowledge passed from generation to generation. Children learned how to identify animal tracks, how to predict storms, how to navigate forests, how to find safe water, and how to survive when conditions turned deadly. These skills were not hobbies, they were necessities. Without them, life in the frozen north would have been impossible. Today, many of us rely on technology for survival, GPS devices, weather forecasts, emergency services, but Viking hunters had none of these advantages. They depended on experience, observation, and discipline. And despite the brutal conditions, they endured for centuries.